Jeff Bezos gets 8 hours of sleep and wakes up at 6 a.m. because he knows something you don't. The first 30 minutes after you wake up determine whether you build wealth or stay broke forever. Neuroscientists at Stanford just proved that your brain is 500% more receptive to new programming in the first 30 minutes after waking, which means every single morning you're either installing millionaire thought patterns or reinforcing poverty beliefs and you don't even realize it's happening. Tim Cook wakes at 3:45 a.m., Richard Branson at 5 a.m., Bernard Arnault never schedules meetings before 10 because he protects his morning ritual like it's worth billions, because it is. These men aren't superhuman, they've just cracked the neuroscience code that turns morning routines into wealth generation systems. Research from Johns Hopkins proves cortisol peaks 5 minutes after waking, creating a neurological window where your subconscious mind is wide open, and whatever you pour into it in those first minutes literally rewrites your identity for the entire day. Most people waste this opening their phone, scrolling social media, flooding their brain with stress and comparison, which programs their subconscious for scarcity, anxiety, and mediocrity. Then they wonder why success feels impossible. Welcome to Prime Theory, where we expose the psychology that separates the wealthy from the broke. Today I'm breaking down the exact neuroscience behind billionaire morning routines, why the first 30 minutes after waking is your brain's reprogramming window, and the precise protocol to install millionaire thought patterns starting tomorrow morning. This isn't motivation, this is neurological wealth engineering. Let's decode it. Here's what's happening in your brain the moment you wake up. During the transition from sleep to wakefulness, your brain moves through specific brainwave states, from delta waves during deep sleep to theta waves as you wake, then alpha waves as you become conscious, and this transition creates what neuroscientists call hypnagogic state, where your subconscious mind is extraordinarily receptive to new information. Dr. Joe Dispenza's research at Harvard shows this is the same state used in clinical hypnosis, because your critical mind hasn't fully engaged yet, which means information bypasses your logical filters and gets installed directly into your subconscious belief system. Think about what this means. For 20 to 30 minutes every morning, you have direct access to the operating system that runs your entire life, the beliefs about money, success, worthiness, capability, all the programming that determines your actions, your decisions, your results. A 2025 study in the Journal of Consciousness Studies found that people who deliberately programmed their subconscious during this morning window experienced 217% higher goal achievement rates and 42% lower stress hormones compared to control groups who didn't use this technique. But there's more. Your body naturally floods your system with cortisol within 5 minutes of waking. This is your alertness hormone designed to get you moving and focused. But here's the psychological trap. If you immediately check your phone, that cortisol spike gets associated with stress, notifications, problems, emails, comparison, which trains your nervous system to wake up in fight or flight mode. Johns Hopkins. Research from 2024 confirms chronic morning phone checking rewires your brain to expect stress, which creates anxiety disorders over time. Billionaires understand this, so they protect the first hour like it's sacred, because they're using peak neuroplasticity and cortisol optimization to install success programming, while everyone else is programming themselves for stress, distraction, and failure before they even get out of bed. Let's destroy a dangerous myth that's keeping men broke, the idea that successful people sleep less, that you need to sacrifice sleep to build wealth, that grinding on 3 hours is what separates winners from losers. This is catastrophically wrong, and neuroscience proves it. Yes, Donald Trump claims 3 to 4 hours. Yes, Martha Stewart functioned on 4 hours. But research published in 2025 shows these people either have extremely rare genetic mutations affecting only 1 to 3% of the population, called the Thatcher gene, that lets them function normally on minimal sleep, or they're lying, or they're sacrificing long-term health for short-term productivity, which eventually collapses. The data is clear. Jeff Bezos mandates 8 hours. Because, quote, "I just feel so much better all day long if I've had 8 hours." End quote. He understands that sleep deprivation destroys decision-making, which is literally his most valuable skill. LeBron James gets 10 to 12 hours, because athletic performance and recovery require it. Bill Gates gets 7. Tim Cook gets 7. Despite waking at 3:45, he's in bed by 8:30 protecting his sleep like it's performance fuel, because it is. Dr. Andrew Nauman from Wake Forest Sleep Program states that sleep deprivation causes memory loss, increased errors, reduced productivity, stifled creativity, impaired problem-solving, and terrible decision-making. UCLA research proves that wealthy people actually sleep more than poor people. The lower your income, the less sleep you report because you're working multiple jobs, or staying up late consuming content that doesn't serve you. Meanwhile, billionaires treat sleep as non-negotiable performance enhancement. The lesson isn't sleep less, it's optimize your sleep and weaponize your mornings. 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep, followed by a neuroscience-backed morning protocol, is how you build cognitive dominance, and that's how you build wealth. Here's the exact protocol billionaires use and why each step is neurologically essential. Step 1. No phone for the first 30 minutes minimum. This is non-negotiable. The moment you check your phone, you surrender control of your mental state to external inputs, algorithms, other people's agendas. Cortisol gets hijacked for stress response instead of focus and motivation. Neuroscience shows that avoiding phones in the first hour reduces anxiety by 35% and preserves your subconscious programming window. Jeff Bezos doesn't check his phone until after breakfast with his family. He's protecting his neurological prime time. Step 2. Hydration immediately. Your brain is 73% water, and after 7 to 8 hours without fluids, you're cognitively impaired. 1 glass of water with electrolytes or lemon kickstarts cellular function, flushes toxins, activates your metabolism. Research proves proper hydration improves cognitive performance by 14%. Billionaires understand this, so they hydrate before coffee because caffeine is a diuretic that dehydrates you further if you haven't pre-hydrated. Step 3. Sunlight exposure within 10 minutes of waking. This is backed by Harvard research showing that morning sunlight directly affects your hypothalamus, which controls your circadian rhythm. Sunlight triggers serotonin production, which regulates mood and reduces depression. It also suppresses melatonin, telling your brain it's time to be awake and alert. Studies show just 5 to 10 minutes of morning sunlight reduces seasonal depression symptoms by 40%, improves sleep quality that night, and enhances focus throughout the day. Richard Branson makes time for this every morning. It's free neurochemical optimization that most people ignore. Step 4. Movement for dopamine release. You don't need an hour-long workout, even 5 to 10 minutes of stretching, yoga, walking, or light calisthenics floods your system with endorphins and dopamine, the motivation molecules. UCLA neuroscience research confirms morning exercise increases dopamine receptor sensitivity, making you more motivated and focused for the next 12 hours. This is why executives and billionaires prioritize morning movement. They're not trying to get fit, they're engineering their neurochemistry for peak performance. Now here's where the real magic happens: the subconscious reprogramming techniques that install millionaire thought patterns. Step 5. 5 to 10 minutes of meditation or deep breathing. This isn't woo-woo spirituality, this is evidence-based neuroscience. Research shows meditation increases gray matter in your prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for decision-making, impulse control, and long-term planning, exactly what you need to build wealth. Deep breathing using the 4-7-8 technique. Inhale, 4 seconds, hold 7, exhale, 8. Activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which calms stress and enhances focus. Billionaires meditate because it gives them cognitive clarity worth millions in better decisions. Step 6. Visualization. For 5 minutes, this is where you mentally rehearse your future self already living the life you want. Neuroscience proves your brain cannot distinguish between vivid imagination and reality. fMRI scans show that visualizing an action activates the same neural pathways as actually performing it, which means you're literally training your brain for success through mental rehearsal. Dr. Joe Dispenza's protocols demonstrate that combining emotion with visualization creates new neural pathways 40% faster than visualization alone, because emotion is the language of the subconscious. When you feel wealthy, successful, confident while visualizing your goals, you're programming your subconscious to believe it's already real, and your subconscious then aligns your automatic behaviors to match that identity. This isn't positive thinking garbage. This is neuroplasticity in action. Step 7. Affirmations targeting limiting beliefs, but not generic statements like, "I am rich," which your subconscious rejects as false. Instead, use believable bridge statements like, "I am learning to manage money wisely," or "I am open to wealth-building opportunities." These slip past your brain's bullshit detector and gradually rewrite limiting beliefs. Neuroscience research confirms that affirmations reduce activity in the brain self-threat center by up to 50% when practiced consistently, which means you literally train yourself to stop sabotaging your success. Step 8. Set your 3 priorities before opening your phone or computer. This is the Ivy Lee method that billionaires swear by. Every morning identify the 3 most important tasks that will move your goals forward. Not urgent, but important. Not busy work, but needle movers. Psychological research shows that willpower peaks in the morning and depletes throughout the day, which means your first 3 hours are cognitively your most powerful, so you attack high-value tasks when your brain is sharpest. This is why Bernard Arnault, CEO of LVMH, never schedules important meetings before 10 a.m. and never makes critical decisions after 5 p.m. He knows his cognitive prime time and protects it ruthlessly. Step 9. Consume input that elevates your thinking. Read 10 pages of a book, listen to 15 minutes of educational content, study someone successful in your field. Warren Buffett reads 500 pages daily because he understands that knowledge compounds. And morning is when your retention is highest because your mind isn't cluttered with the day's noise. A 2024 study published in the Journal of Positive Psychology found that people following structured morning routines were 3 times more likely to achieve their goals within 6 months compared to people with chaotic mornings. Why? Because routines eliminate decision fatigue, automate success behaviors, and create psychological momentum where small wins compound into massive results. When you win your morning every single day through deliberate ritual, you train your brain to expect success, which becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Billionaires automate their mornings down to the minute because they know willpower is limited, so they remove decisions and let habits do the heavy lifting. Let's talk about why most people fail at morning routines so you don't make these mistakes. Mistake 1. Checking your phone immediately. This surrenders your neurological programming window to algorithms designed to hijack your attention. The first content you consume sets your mental frame for the day, so if you wake up and scroll Instagram, you're programming yourself for comparison, inadequacy, and distraction. Billionaires avoid this like poison. Mistake 2. Hitting snooze. Every time you hit snooze, you're training your brain that commitments to yourself are optional, which erodes self-trust and discipline. The snooze button is a daily practice of self-betrayal. Successful people eliminate it entirely by placing their alarm across the room or using progressive alarms that force them up. Mistake 3. Inconsistency. Your brain builds neural pathways through repetition, so doing your routine sporadically doesn't work. You need 21 days minimum to form a habit, and 90 days to make it automatic, which means you commit to the protocol even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it, because discipline is built in moments of resistance. Mistake 4. Overcomplicating the routine. You don't need a 2-hour morning ritual to see results. B.J. Fogg, the world's leading habit researcher, proves that starting small is the key to long-term adherence. Begin with just 5 to 10 minutes, 1 glass of water, 5 minutes of sunlight, 3 deep breaths. Once that's automatic, add the next step. Most people design elaborate routines they can't sustain, then quit entirely when they miss a day. Instead, build a minimum viable morning routine you can execute even on your worst days. Mistake 5. Skipping sleep to wake up earlier. This defeats the entire purpose. If you're waking at 5 a.m. but only got 4 hours of sleep, you're cognitively impaired. And your morning routine becomes performance theater instead of actual optimization. The billionaires who wake early also go to bed early, protecting their 7 to 9 hours, because they know sleep deprivation destroys everything the morning routine is trying to build. Here's what you need to understand. Your morning routine isn't about productivity hacks or feeling good. It's about neurological reprogramming that determines whether you think like a millionaire or stay trapped in broke patterns. Every single morning you have a 30-minute window where your subconscious mind is wide open, waiting for instructions. Billionaires use this window to install wealth consciousness, discipline, focus, and certainty, while most people use it to install stress, comparison, distraction, and scarcity by immediately checking their phone. The choice is yours, but understand the stakes. Over 365 days, that's 182 hours of subconscious programming annually. Do that for 5 years, and you've installed 912 hours of millionaire thought patterns or poverty beliefs. That difference shows up in your bank account, your opportunities, your decisions, your entire life trajectory. Jeff Bezos protects his morning because he knows one bad decision costs millions. You should protect yours because bad decisions are keeping you broke. This is Prime Theory. We decode the psychology that builds wealth, power, and success. Subscribe for weekly breakdowns of what billionaires know that you don't. Next video, the dark psychology of money, why your brain is wired to stay poor and the exact rewiring protocol to fix it. This reveals the neurological poverty traps installed in childhood and how to reprogram them starting today. Click now. Remember, 6 a.m. isn't magical, but the neuroscience of your morning window is. Sleep 8 hours, wake with intention, program your subconscious for wealth, and watch your life transform. The protocol starts tomorrow. I'll see you in the next one.